Today's festive cheer is tinged with sadness due to the news that Scottish legend Stanley Baxter has passed away. For my generation and many others, Stanley Baxter was Christmas. His TV spectaculars were as traditional as turkey and stuffing, a guaranteed highlight of the festive viewing schedule. So in tribute to a man who brought so much joy, especially during this time of year, let's take a look back at the incredible career of Stanley Baxter. Born in Glasgow's Townhead area in 1926, Stanley was, by his own admission, a rather shy child, often finding solace in cinema and radio. But even from an early age, the spark of performance was there. He joined the Glasgow Citizen Theatre in his teens, cutting his teeth in repertory theatre, a fantastic training ground that demanded versatility and quick changes, both literally and figuratively. He often recalled these early days in his autobiography, The Two Lives of Stanley Baxter, detailing the rigorous schedule and the sheer joy of being on stage. His early career was punctuated by national service, where he joined the Combined Services Entertainment, performing alongside other burgeoning talents like Kenneth Williams and Peter Vaughan. Imagine that talent pool. Upon returning to civilian life, his star began to rise. He became a staple of Scottish theatre and radio, particularly known for his incredible mimicry and characterisations. Baxter had occasional roles in British feature films from the 1950s through to the 1960s, alongside his far more extensive work in radio, theatre and television. From 1960 to the early 1980s, Stanley had 8 variety series on BBC One and LWT. They all featured a mix of sketches and musical performances, with Baxter often appearing as several characters in the same sketch. These series led to Stanley being offered TV specials. There were 11 between 1973 and 1985, mostly broadcast in the Christmas week, plus other specials and retrospectives in the 1990s. These weren't just variety shows, they were meticulously crafted, lavish productions on a scale to rival a 1940s Hollywood musical that refined what light entertainment could be. And these were the shows that, for so many of us, became an essential part of Christmas. Families would gather around the telly, mince pies at the ready, knowing that a Stanley Baxter Christmas special was going to be an hour of pure, unadulterated escapism and laughter. The sheer scale, the intricate sets, musical numbers, the incredible costumes, it was all part of the magic. He was truly a master of transformation. The genius of Baxter's Christmas shows lay in 2 key areas: the satire and the scale. On the one hand, you had his brilliant sketches that skewered popular culture, television and most famously blockbuster cinema. His film spoofs, like his brilliant takeoffs on Gone with the Wind or Bond movies, were legendary. He didn't just change costumes, he changed his entire persona, voice and gender, often multiple times with a single sketch. His female impersonations went far beyond simple parody into meticulous character study, whether channeling Hollywood legends like Julie Garland or even capturing the essence of Her Majesty the Queen. Baxter fully embodied the women he portrayed. Crucially, the transformation was physically enhanced by his notable slender figure and famously shapely calves and ankles. Unlike many male comedians who played dumpy matriarchs, Baxter's ideal dimensions allowed him to convincingly portray glamorous, sophisticated divas with lavish costumes, deliberately designed to show off what were lauded as the best legs on television. The effect was not just comedy, but an astonishingly precise and visually dazzling act of theatrical illusion. These shows were eye-wateringly expensive. Biographer Geoffrey Richards, in his book Stanley Baxter, A Star in Spite of Himself, notes that the BBC estimated some of these specials cost £250,000 per hour to produce. To put that into perspective, that was an astronomical budget for a light entertainment show at that time. Equivalent to about £2 million today, about twice the expected hourly cost for a premium BBC comedy show. Why the huge cost? The sheer number of sets, the costumes, the fact that often Stanley played several roles in one scene, which meant filming the scene multiple times, often with stand-ins for his other personas. This also required the use of split screen techniques so he could appear on screen in several guises at once. Baxter insisted on this level of perfection, sometimes spending up to a full day on just one single minute of screen time. What underpinned all this visual flair, of course, was his unmatched talent for mimicry and voice. He could move effortlessly from the refined tones of the Queen to the distinct Scottish patter of characters like his wonderful husband and wife duo in Parliamo Glasgow, a spoof of a popular TV-based Italian language course, which was a huge hit on radio and TV. Baxter wrote a number of books based on the language of Glasgow, as developed in his Parliamo Glasgow sketches and on the humour of the city. His autobiography makes it clear that his vocal talent was his greatest tool, describing how he would spend hours refining accents and speech patterns. He wasn't just doing funny voices, he was creating fully realised, believable and often deeply affectionate characters. Despite the immense success, the punishing schedule and the sheer pressure of producing these massive annual shows took their toll. The BBC found it harder to justify the ever-increasing budget for a single hour of programming. Stanley largely retreated from the exhausting world of television spectaculars, returning to his roots in theatre, especially as a pantomime dame, and focusing on voice work. Stanley did lend his immense talent to other projects, starring in the children's series Mr. Majika and providing voices for the animated film Arabian Night and the animated series Meow. His later focus was on theatre and later hugely popular radio plays such as the Stanley Baxter Playhouse for BBC Radio 4 of 8 series from 2006 to 2016, which allowed him to create multiple characters without the gruelling demands of television production. He earned several major honours for his entertainment work, such as Lifetime Achievement Awards at the British Comedy Awards and a BAFTA Scotland recognising his lasting industry impact. Even in retirement, Stanley Baxter remained a beloved figure and admired not only for his talent but his humility and private nature. Today, as we remember him, we aren't just mourning the loss of a great comedian. We're saying goodbye to a genuine artist who understood the joy of performance and who, year after year, gave us the perfect gift of Christmas cheer wrapped in sequins, humour and sheer dazzling spectacle. Thank you, Stanley, for the laughs, the magic and for making Christmas extra special for generations. May his memory be a blessing and may the spectaculars continue to entertain us for years to come. What's your favourite Stanley Baxter character or memory? Let me know in the comments below.